Everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're going to be doing a review video. We'll be reviewing a game that one of my streamer friends had the other day with a tunneling and camping killer, right? So she got camped and tunneled at 5 gens by this trickster. We're just going to kind of review it, talk about what she could have done, what the team could have done to help turn this in what ended up being a 3K into a three-man escape. And at the end, if we have time, because the last recording I did of this, it was like 30 minutes long. I'll try to make it quick. But if we have time, I'm gonna talk to give some heads up to some noob killers or new killers of why it's just hard slugging, hard tunneling, hard camping. One person isn't ideal, and how it can end up just being detrimental to you. So
I want to find
we're gonna
this
skip
white.
ahead
This
here.
white's so cute.
We're gonna skip ahead here into the whenever the trickster encounters her. Right here.
Trickster boy.
Alright, it starts here. And he runs from a very strong loop. Beginning here. Now we see that the Meg gets on a gen. Dwight and Cutter or Cheryl both need to be on gens too. They don't know it's a tunneling camping killer yet, so we'll cut them some slack. One of them has weaving spiders, which allows them to shorten time for gens. Once you figure out it's a tunneling and camping killer, though, you should stop trying to get that because there's no point in it, and we'll talk about that later. Whew. Anyway, I'm actually going, if I was playing here, I'm going to try to loop this table right here. But yeah, she avoids it. Kind of smart, though, because it does break line of sight by leaving. And against Trickster, the main way to counter his plays is to break line of sight. He seems to be kind of accurate.
Right up on my butt.
He does get the hit off when she falls here. She gets hindered because she ends up falling here. So what I'm gonna do instead, if I was her, is I'd try to loop this one window here until it's blocked and then run out. But this isn't what killed her.
So fast.
Okay. That is what killed her. I misspoke my words. Yeah, back here, try to loop something right by time for this Meg here, who's on a regular gen. Buy time for her, buy time for your team to do gens, right? And that's what, whenever you're chased, your team should instantly get on gens, right? Because you're supposed to be able to give them time.
I like how my main is Trickster and I don't know how to get away from Trickster. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so you don't know that they're camping and tunneling yet, though. So again, everyone should be on a gen. They're not. The Meg got off the regular gen, which was not ideal. She should have probably stayed on that regular gen. But instead she's going to get on a blood generator, probably for the Blood Moon event, get more blood points, you know? And that makes sense, right? But Blood Moon generators are faster only if you can really have like 2 people on it. Then it's like horribly, like disgustingly fast, you know? Also, she recognized just now that she's facing a proxy camper who's going, you can assume, is going to turn into a tunneler because you know that the camp meter should go up. So right here, everyone needs to be on gen. And actually, the Meg's done with this gen.
The whole group comes. Some people takes hits.
But why is it leaking? I don't know the blood generators that well, but
up slowly but surely.
Yeah, look, see, they're doing the invocation of weaving spiders. Do not do that because since she's tunneling, but since the killer's tunneling, the weaving spiders really has no point because weaving spiders helps relieve gen pressure. So whenever a killer's pressuring gens like really badly, like kicking them off, making it to where you can't do a gen, or pressuring it all, then that's whenever it becomes a really devastating perk for the killer. But if they're just going to be focused on tunneling and camping and on obsessed with one person and not even focused on gens, right? Then weaving spiders has no point. All you're doing is just turning the person with it become broken, right? For no point, because he's not going to do gen. He's not going to patrol gens. Just get on gens. Cadence here should probably wait to get on to where she's about to get to her second hook state, and then get off with the anti-hook. And then she'll have endurance, so you can use that endurance to make distance, get it, and just get another speed boost and endurance to make some more distance, you know? Just try to get out of this little area, because this is going to end up turning into a dead zone.
So
I will. I'll kind of speed this up here. They're doing the invocation. Get off the invocation. Don't even try to save her because he's just going to camp. No, get off the invocation. Do the gens. That's how you're going to beat this killer here. And she ends up getting off here. Now she's at her second hook state. But this is about the time whenever you wanted to do that, right? Because you'll be at your second hook state. If you wait like 5 more seconds, get off the invocation. Cannot stress that. Start on the invocation for no reason.
he's coming back after me.
That was a terrible spot to go to. You have a tile right here. If I were you, I'm going for this tile. I'm not going to go for the. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna go for this tile here. I'm not gonna go for the one over there. Mainly because if you go for the one over there, it's just a window and it's very, very weak.
He's coming back after me.
You should assume that if they're gonna camp, they're gonna tunnel, but they finish the
I
invocation.
really need somebody to come take this chase for me.
No one can take the chase. Because again, while it is smart if someone did take the chase, guess what? Your team isn't really that coordinated. They can't really. They're not. So if they're not going to be coordinated enough to know to do gens, they're not going to be coordinated enough to do to come take chase for you and protect you in chase. Even though that should be one of the ideal things to do. But actually, I wouldn't even take chase here, or wouldn't want someone to take chase for me here. So if your pathing's good and your looping's good, you can get like a good 30 seconds out of them. And if everyone was on a gen, and a blood generator especially, right? You're gonna have like 3 gens done by the time you're dead. And if you have 2 gens with one person, if you're at 2 gens with 3 people left in the game, it is very winnable then. Especially if he plays like this, because the gen pressure is too much on him. He can't tunnel, and if he tries, you still gotta go another whole hook state. He'll probably get off because he's gonna camp that hook. And you're just gonna be able to eventually get the gens done and get a 3-man when you probably would have only got a 3-man or 2-man escape whenever you only got 3K. Cadence, why didn't you drop that pallet? I would have dropped that pallet. Look, you can see his red light. He's right on you. He's still throwing his blades. So I drop it. Definitely probably stun him here because if he's that at such a low MMR to where he's like camping and tunneling, he's probably gonna get stunned too. He probably doesn't really know how to avoid a stun because that's why he's camping and tunneling. And whenever I say low MMR, I don't mean bad. Like low MMR doesn't mean like just bad player. Same for the survivors. This is low MMR gameplay though on both teams. And the killer wins if it's low MMR killer versus low MMR survivors, like new survivors versus a new killer. The killer's gonna win 100% of the time because the killer will take up stuff that the survivors just can't counter. The killer's more powerful. It's just a fact. The killer is more powerful. So the survivors, if they don't know what they're doing and they can't coordinate together as a team, and everyone wants to be the hero and the main character, they're all gonna end up dying, right? So if this team was more coordinated, it would have been a way better outcome here. And if your pathing was a little better, it would also be a way better outcome. But even if you had perfect pathing here, your team's not doing gens, so you're buying them time to do what? An invocation that'll do nothing for you? It's the entire survivor team that makes a bunch of mistakes here. I'm dropping that pallet to stun him. I'm also gonna take this window in front of her right here. Because if you take that window, you just create more distance, and he has to go all the way around. If he vaults, he loses. You gain distance. If he goes around, you gain distance. You want to get to more the center of the map where it's more dense with resources, and not to where you'll end up going into a dead zone. See, and because you went around, because you didn't take that window, he's able to run around, and you run around too. So he's just gonna follow you and end up killing you because you end up taking the long wall. And she ends up getting down.
Okay.
Y'all are still in the basement doing the invocation. Get off the invocation, guys. One gen is completed, but that's not enough when you could have
I
had
don't
like
know why
2
he's just going
generators
after me
almost completed.
though.
Why is he just going after you? Let me explain. This killer is using a play style of slugging, or not slugging, camping and tunneling, where his entire play style, the way that he knows how to play, is to where he focuses with the first survivor he sees, he gets in the chase immediately, downs them, hooks them, stays by them, waits until they get off the hook, downs them again, rinse and repeat, and it works at low MMR because you have less coordinated teams who can't work together to focus on gen rushing and get and focus on gen rushing because your idea is that if that person dies, we have to save that person because if he dies, it's over, right? But what you really should be saying is that that person is chasing and is on hook. That's enough time. The time that they're on hook is enough time for us to make the game more winnable by doing more gens. You could have, you don't need to really focus on the save or weaving spiders or anything. You just need to focus on gens, focus on the objective while she's looping, right? And if your pathing's better, you give them time to loop. Although I don't think perfect pathing and perfect looping could possibly make you survive long enough for weaving spiders. And there's no reason for weaving spiders, by the way. Again, because he's not pressuring gens, there's no reason to relieve gen pressure if there's none, if there's no pressure there, you know? When she's on hook here, yada yada. And the team's gonna come in to save the Broken and the Dwight. And I don't even think they finished the invocation. Or no, they do. Uh for what? Second hook state. The team's coming in. This save was not done correctly at all. Because can you guess? The Dwight. The Dwight's the one who took her off the hook. Well, the one getting her off the hook should have been the broken one. Uh, again, Cutter. If you're seeing this, you probably wanted to be the looper, the main character here, not being mean again. But just know that you're broken. Let the person with the fully healed 2 health states take the hit for you, and you come in and you get the save. Because then he goes whenever you would have been down. He just takes the health state, you know. And whenever you act like this, whenever the entire team who's not coordinated comes in, try to get this one person off the hooks, it snowballs to all 4 people becoming downed and useless and dying. Yeah, Dwight comes for the save here. Uh, and he's going to ignore them because he's going to hard camp or hard tunnel Cadence
He
here.
goes after me again.
Let me check out your pathing here. I'm going to the middle of the map. Actually, no, I'm getting unhooked. I'm running into him. Because you have endurance, right? You have an endurance and speed boost. And if yes, you get even more and you get that resets. You can go for that window in the background there. You can go up into Nostromo, try to loop some more in there, or just try to lose him.
Of course, he goes after me again.
Well, yeah, he's tunneling. Drop the pallet. Nice, perfect. And a dump tech might work here and you can run back in, but it is smart to run out. But you stop teabag. I get you trying to get your licks in, right? And I would too. But I'm not, I guess, criticizing that you're teabagging. I'm criticizing that you're giving him time to break that pallet or to go around. You're giving him time to gain distance on you when you could be leaving. If you're at your first hook state and you do this, then yeah, I guess that's understandable. But you will die if you don't want to give him any distance. Just focus on looping him here. Whenever you're at the exit gates or whenever you're in a dead zone, then yeah, I guess you can start teabagging. But you're just
Fuck, I'm
going
one
to end up
knife
dying here because you have
away.
nowhere to go. He's out of knives. You just gotta go. At least I think he's out of knives. You're gonna end up losing your laceration. Don't go that way.
Fuck, I'm dead
He's
here.
out of knives. That's a dead zone. He's out of knives here. You can hear it by his grunt. He's out of knives. Go the other way. Because if you go that way, it's a dead zone. Go to the left. Don't go to the right, because the left is where you can probably find more resources. Even before you leave, you can just continue going in a circle and leaving the other way. Don't go into the dead zone. This is just kind of you kind of died here
Fuck,
because of your
I'm dead
pathing. It
here.
wasn't so good. He misses. This is your chance. Is that a loop there? That's not a loop. You have to go. And it probably wouldn't have mattered, but I still would have probably went to go try to take that window.
Okay, buddy.
Or honestly, whenever it comes down to it, I'm gonna go around this little rock structure right here. Just kind of circle it, because again, he's obviously low MMR. Probably kind of new to the game, right? So if you just go around the rock, he's probably gonna hit the rock, and that should be enough time for you to go to that window and then vault that window and then going straight, you know? Then again, in the heat of the moment, better
Okay,
said than
buddy.
done. But better pathing would have probably been better. Also, they're not on gens at all this time. A gen definitely should have popped by the time this is over.
That's kind of
And you'd be
crazy.
at 3 gens when you would
There
have been
was
at
2 other people there.
4. Yeah, there were 2 people there, but that's his playstyle. And by the effects, by what's happening here, this is why he's doing this playstyle, because it works. And this is the end, they die. Uh, Before we go into the very last part, which I might not even show if it goes too long, this is for all you new killers. I really want to say this to all new killers who might see this. Slugging, tunneling, camping, don't get yourself into the habit of doing that every game, because while at first, whenever you first start and at the very low MMR, it'll work. Because survivor teams like this, again, not criticizing Cadence or anything, but survivor teams that behave in the way that this team behaved during the match, uh, it'll work and it's effective because they don't know how to counter it. But because you're getting so many 3Ks and 4Ks, the game ends up putting you at higher MMR. It's better people because it thinks that, oh, you're better, right? You're really good, so you deserve to be against the really good people. But this playstyle doesn't work with really good people because they know how to counter it. They know how to just gen rush you out of there, and they'll get a 3-man or even a 4-man if you chase the person who knows how to loop. Because if you go to tunnel, then what if you chase one person, right? You down them, you hook them, and you decide, oh, I'm gonna tunnel them now. Guess what? And they're the best looper on the team, and they want to be chasing. They have all these second chance perks. You're doomed because you're gonna be chasing them for 5 straight gens. They're gonna be injured. They might have life. They might have dead hard. Might have, they might have all these. They might have a DS, right? And that's just buying time for the team that knows how to just gen rush, right? Just full on gen rush, and then they'll go get the save too if needed. They know how to coordinate the save properly to just continue this endless cycle of looping and tapping, and you just get looped for 5 gens, teabagged at the gates, and then possibly told you're bad in the in-game chat. So it's not the best thing because while against lower level teams, it'll work, but against high tier, really good teams, it will never work because they'll just counter it like the ways I said. Anyway, let's look at what happened in
Like,
the
it's not
end
just
game
the
here.
fact that. Oh, nice. Okay, he has a perk.
All right,
Makes the
so the
game go
Dwight ends up
faster.
escaping. He goes to the hatch. He ends up escaping with resilience. He's gonna teabag the 8. Understandable. uh, End game. Uh, he's on console, so they're gonna type in the in-game chat. Cadence just heads up. He's on console, so he can't read what you're seeing. He might come into the stream, but who knows?
Hi, bro.
All right. W Dwight, get better, trickster. This is the Meg that she ended up saying whenever she was talking to me later about how the Meg just killed herself on hook. She probably did. Again, if you're a survivor and you get tunneled and camped, don't kill yourself on hook, even though it's unfun. Because by killing yourself on hook, it's just making the killer do it more often. But if you wait, you give time for your team to complete gens. Uh, Also to the Meg, because that's who said get better. Uh, just for the Meg, you're saying get better, but you did get hooked and killed. So maybe before you tell someone to get better, you don't have the cards to I'm gonna insert that meme. You don't have the cards to play. Just say that get better because you did get downed in the first place. If you end up looping the person for 5 gens, that's a different story. Then say get better, you know? In case says GG's. Still being nice. And disclaimer to everyone who's still watching this far. Link to Cadence's Twitch down below. She is not a toxic or mean streamer at all. I'm always in there, and I'm a killer man, you know? And she's really nice. She's really fun. She plays killer sometimes. Go check her out. Go follow her. She's really, really nice. Not a toxic streamer at all, even though in these clips they may look like that, but you're facing a killer who's playing like extremely mean. So yeah, go follow her. And while you're down there, like and subscribe to this video, by the way. Yeah, that was not it. It wasn't fun, but then again, it is his play style. He can play however he wants. Uh, just to he bought the game with his own money. He can play however he wants. It's not the best thing to face, but it's also not the best thing for him to do because he will never be able to get to the higher levels. That said, I'm done with killers like that. Now that I have my gin rushing build on, Cutter, just a thing to you about weaving spiders. It is a gin pressure perk.
uh,
Don't whenever you use weaving spiders, don't don't use it if the killer is camping or tunneling because it has no real effect because he's not pressuring gens. Weaving spiders is a relief for gen pressure. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say about this. Thank you all for watching. GG's. See y'all next time and rest in peace.